4.2, page 216, number 15, you're taking a multiple choice quiz that consists of 5 questions. Each question has 4 possible answers, only one of which is correct. To complete the quiz, you randomly select the answers to each question. Find the probability of guessing. Part A is going to be exactly 3 answers correctly, Part B at least 3 answers correctly, and Part C less than 3 answers correctly. So the first thing we need to do is decide what our N, P are for these 3 A, B's, and C's. So we've got an N of, well, how many questions are there? And there are 5 questions. Well, the P is the probability of success. Well, if there's 1 out of 4, because it says here each question has 4 possible answers, only of which 1 is correct. So 1 out of 4 is going to give you 0.25. Now you can use the binomial probability formula, but since this P is 0.25, we can actually find it in Appendix B. So let's go to Appendix B for a moment, and we're going to take a look at our N here is 5, and our P is 0.25. So these are all the probabilities for X is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to use this. So first let's take a look at, for Part A, what our X is going to be. Exactly 3 means X is going to be equal to 3. So in our case, the answer is going to be whatever we get for N is 5, X is 3, and P is 0.25. And so if we see this here, so for N is 5, P is 0.25, and X is 3, we're going to have 0.088. Part A is going to be 0.088. Let's take a look at Part B. Here is at least 3 answers are correctly. So at least 3, I'm going to pay you at least $3. I can't give you 2, but I can give you $3, and I can give you $4, and I can give you $5. But I can't give you $6 here because there's only 5 questions. Table, and we've got N is 5, P is 0.25, and we're adding together X is 3, which is 0.088, 4, which is 0.015, and X is 5, which is 001. So we're going to go back and add those together. 0.088, 0.015, 0.0101. We add those together, we end up with 0.104. So that's the probability of getting at least 3 answers correctly. 10%. Not very good. Okay, now let's take a look at the last one here, less than 3 answers correctly. So less than 3 is going to be less than 3. So not 3, but less. So 0 correct, 1 correct, or 2 correct. And this is going to be amazingly high. But since you're guessing, this is what happens. So we've got N equals 5 and P is 0.25. We're looking at X is 0, which will give us 0.237. X is 1, which will give us 0.396, and X is 2, which is 0.264. And we're going to add those together. 0.237 plus 0.396 plus 0.364. And so when you do add those together, you get 0.897. Now, you could also get 0.896 because it's the same as 1 minus this. If it's not 3, 4, and 5, it's 0, 1, and 2. So these should add together to give you 1. But because of rounding, this ends up being a little bit big. So either of those answers would probably be correct. I'm sure there's an error marker in the computer too if you get it that way.